It's been really hard the last couple of years. It's gotten so expensive.
And we talked about it a lot because when we were in high school, gas was a quarter.
Now you're really aging us a little.
We're seniors.
I know, but it really was. I remember it being 27 cents a gallon. There's a lot of things that, unless you have a regular income, then you get sick and you've got bills and, just like everybody else, it just seems like being a senior, it just adds one more layer of stress.
It is really hard to be a senior. Our world is not built for older adults. Our world is built for younger, able-bodied folks. And it's really hard to get around if you're a senior, especially if you can't drive anymore. It's really hard to make ends meet. The cost of living is so high, and benefits for seniors just do not keep up.
If we didn't have the food bank, I don't know where we would be right now.
Early on, and the reason why we started the food bank, which was the Community Food Coalition of Contra Costa at that point, was because there were heavy demands on a lot of nonprofit organizations, mostly faith-based, that were providing people with free food. The folks that we always knew, if you went to the Catholic Church or the Lutheran Church, they would have a food basket for you. But we had people who couldn't get the food. They just did not have the ability. They were trying to get by on limited income, could not make it, and food was the only thing that they could really cut. Couldn't cut their utility bills, couldn't cut their housing bills, but they would have to try and figure out ways of getting food to make things work.
Getting a new roof, and that was a big swallow, but you have to have a roof on your house, and so then you got to again cut back on other things, and so then you got to make choices of, okay, so let's keep the heater, the thermostat turned down, just
So
put
shut
on
up the gas.
put on some extra layers of clothes or something so that it stretches a little bit more in the other direction. There's so many things that you got to make sacrifices.
I think it's the sense of powerlessness that it gives you of, you're not in control of your life any longer. So we started with a pickup truck, a Safeway trailer that was parked in a church parking lot in Martinez, and a cubicle in an office that gave us the infrastructure, such as it was, to actually get food out. And so I was the truck driver who had been hired to do this, and little did I suspect that 40 years later, I would have seen an organization that was jury-rigged, to put it mildly, grow into one providing millions of pounds of food when the first years we were providing thousands of pounds, if.
The food bank has grown a ton. When I talk to some of the people that we serve, they've shared with me how incredibly all-consuming it is when you don't know how you're going to pay your bills and how you're going to feed your family.
The last 2 years, it's just like...
Okay, we're good. And then, you close the door and, it's okay to cry and
Of course.
ask for help, and that's what we do.
That's what we could use, help.
It's sad to see that our work is so needed now, and needed now more than ever before.
We first heard about the food bank because we needed some help. You cannot survive on Social Security. Once you retire, you got to hope that you've done enough to put some savings aside. But what are you going to do for $250 a month? It's really nothing. It's nothing. You can't even pay for a month's worth of groceries for that much.
It's really important to me that we provide nutritionally dense food to our community. What we kept hearing from individuals and families and seniors was that this was an opportunity for them to eat healthier, that it wasn't that they didn't want to eat healthy, that it was they couldn't afford to eat healthy. And I think that has instilled in me the mantra that we always need to not be just providing enough food, but the right food and healthy food for the people that we serve.
I don't believe people should be hungry. Our job is feeding hungry people, be it in Contra Costa and Solano or be it in the rest of the world. And so how do we do that in an effective way?
Hunger and food insecurity are really just symptoms of poverty. And so our organization needs to do more to fight the root causes and to fight poverty in our community so that people are able to provide food for themselves. We've built an incredible legacy over the past 50 years, and it is really a privilege to be able to continue that legacy and to be looking towards the next chapter of the food bank and what we want to achieve in the future.
Yeah, we're not starving, we're not poor, but it's just trying to make it.
There is a place that I can go, if I really need to, and it's been so helpful. But that's security to me, is being able to have something to eat.